people perform jobs in work environments. If I know the source of my pain, I can exercise my power and choose a course of action. I think the real energy crisis in our society is not fossil fuel, it's human energy. Work and life are beating us up. Well, it's interesting how the JPEA started because I had hoped to retire from NASA. I had spent 20 years of my career at NASA and I'd hoped to retire in about 10 years. And I believed that I would do something else after retirement. Well, 20 years into that career, I got a new manager and he and I just never got along. So we ended up parting ways 22 years into my career. And I wondered, why is it that a person found himself at mid-career feeling compelled to leave a career that he had hoped to retire from? And all I knew at the time was I had to leave. I didn't know why I had to leave. So there was no information that would allow me to make a choice about leaving except how I felt about the experience. So after I left, I was invited to participate in a consortium of independent consultants, of which I was one. And at that time, I met two other guys who had had similar experiences with their former employment. And we spent a lot of time talking about how it would have been nice to have known why going to work every day felt so bad to us. And we decided the thing that was missing from all of our experience was information about the source of our discomfort with our work situations. So over a series of conversations and several mugs of beer and lots of time, we decided that there had to be a way to develop that information that would describe a person's experience of work. In which case, we could make informed choices about either managing ourselves in the circumstance or understand why we had to leave it. So that was the genesis of the JPEA, and we set out to develop this instrument as a way to describe one's experience of work. And over a series of tests and retests and trials in the marketplace, we developed this instrument that is now called the JPEA, or Job Person Environment Assessment, and it went through several iterations, the first version of which was just a description of behavioral preference, how a person prefers to behave in what we consider to be 10 areas of work. We added the job assessment because we knew we would need to compare personal preferences and job expectations so that we could get a measure of fit. So in 1 year after we developed the personal assessment, we developed the job assessment, and we're able now to compare one-to-one personal preferences and job demands. And in 1986, we decided that we had to identify the climate within which a person was asked to do the job. So we developed and integrated the environment assessment. And what it does now is, when all three are used, all three parts are used, it now is a measure of energy. How is your energy being used in this workplace, given who you are and how you see your work situation? And it answers two very important questions for the individual. Am I in the right job? And am I working for the right employer?